Last weekend, the Miami Grand Prix stirred up a lot of controversy. It had a ton of celebrities, even a pre-weekend concert, which was wildly lame, a new track, and the cringiest fake water you've ever seen. So today we're gonna take a look to see if the new changes are good or bad for the sport of Formula One, and if it's changed the way that Formula One races are done forever. Let's hop into it. Thanks for tuning in and welcome to the F1 Pit Stop. I'm trying to build a community of F1 fans here on this channel, so please subscribe, like, and comment all your thoughts down in the comments. Thank you so much. Just reached 100 subscribers. It really means the world. Let's get into Miami. So we're gonna break this video into 3 parts: the show, the track, and then the race itself. So first, the show. You started off the Thursday before with a concert. It was the cringiest concert in the world. It streamed live on YouTube, and I had to tune in to see what it was all about. The audio was trash. The camera work made it look like there was nobody there, and just there was a ton of dead air. Now look, I'm sure you could say the same thing about this channel, but if I had F1's resources behind me, it'd be a little different. Either way, starting off the weekend, that Thursday, the concert, not off to a hot start. Now we're hopping into another point of contention, which was all the celebrities and star power there. There's no shock that to F1, there are always celebrities at race weekends, but this race weekend, it seemed as if the celebrities somehow either stole the show or were really a big point of focus. From the Williams sisters to Michael Jordan to Tom Brady, there's a ton of star power. And of course, this is something F1 wanted and brought upon themselves as they invite everyone they can to get all the eyeballs onto this race weekend. And then another thing with the race weekend, how it's, a big show, is just luxury. It was a premium event. The average ticket price for a 3-day pass was around $1,700. And if you think that's a lot, you don't even want to think about being in one of the race team sections, which gone for tens of thousands plus. Even the mayor of Miami himself said they wanted to have a premium experience for attendees. And from what everyone's saying, they really delivered. Invite me next time. Last but not least, the fake water. Nothing needs to be said about this. Come on, guys. Now that we've looked at an aspect of the weekend about the show, the performance, the glitz and glam of the whole thing, now let's take a look at this track, which was new for this 2022 season. Honestly, the feedback from all the drivers was pretty positive, but one huge negative. Even Lewis Hamilton said, and I quote, "I thought the track was great." He said, "I think the chicane is not spectacular, but that's the only weak point." And this man has driven tons of tracks. Sticking on the Mercedes theme, Toto Wolff was saying, even the track breaking it up at turn 17 as an example gave good racing. So I know that I just included the Mercedes train of thought there, but a lot of Carlos Sainz is on record saying good things about the track. Leclerc and even Verstappen has given some praise to it. Of course Verstappen would, he won the first ever Miami Grand Prix. Now the huge gripe and a really big deal is that drivers were not too happy with the surface. Now this of course could be brand new surface, obviously. It rained, so it was slicker than it would be, which is what the drivers were complaining about. And we especially saw this during the practices, where of course there's going to be a few more accidents because drivers are trying to figure out the track, but we saw a ton of spin-offs. However, during the race itself, it doesn't really seem like that made too big of a deal. Speaking of the race itself, let's get to the race. Third thing. And to sum it up, nothing happened until everything happened. Red Bull clearly had the faster straights, with their top speed over Ferrari being unmatched, and Verstappen was clearly quicker with his pace over Charles. It wasn't until Norris and Gasly collided and the safety car came out that the top really was all able to pack together, and we had a quality race where everyone was on the edge of their seats again. I'm hearing a lot of criticism saying that the race wasn't very interesting. That being said, the race itself had the second most overtakes of any Grand Prix this season so far. The real criticism lies with the TV broadcasting, showing either too much of the crowd or too many replays at pivotal moments. You can't put that on the Miami Grand Prix for some TV broadcasting failures. Now let's wrap it up, the conclusion, and I know there's going to be a ton of differing opinions on this, so please comment your thoughts down below. But when it comes down to the Miami Grand Prix, I thought it was a huge success for the sport. It brought a ton of new eyes, a ton of hype, and is making F1 more accessible to people in the United States. You know, this especially on the East Coast, which is where I am. Vegas is coming in 2023, more on the West Coast, and Texas is already Central America, so you have kind of all three sections covered. Not to mention that in the United States, the Miami Grand Prix was watched more than any Grand Prix by Americans, which I think is huge for the sport. Drive to Survive really kicked off the publicity here, and you know, having more races here and honestly a bigger show is pivotal to that. You always have your classic tracks that are more traditional, more historic, and feel more status quo, but I think it's a good thing to have a new, more exciting and modern version of a Formula One Grand Prix, and you'll be able to expect the same during Vegas. That brings new eyes. This sort of thing is happening in the sport of golf too. The younger fans don't really care about the old etiquette and the stuffiness of golf. They just want to go out there and have a good time with the people they're with. That's what we're seeing in F1, and I can't wait for it. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It would mean a lot. Thanks for watching.